So we're here. So we want to talk about Aardvark too?
Aardvark and Baby Driver.
Okay, so the March and April movies.
Aardvark, you liked and I didn't, and Baby Driver I liked and you didn't.
I wouldn't say I didn't like it. I gave it a 4, but and Debbie goes, "Oh, you gave it a 4. You hated it then." No, I have a different structure. I think I explained it in my last one.
Yeah.
That I really give things 0s and 10s, and most people don't do that. They don't go to those extremes.
No, we do. 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, everything is, because that's what we've been taught in class. Is everybody gets to be okay.
Yes. Yeah. No, the reason I liked Baby Driver, I'm going to go back to. I remember watching Bob McAdory from Global, and he was the entertainment dude, and he was reviewing some movies, and he had 2 movies, and one of them was this kind of classic movie, and he gave it, thumbs down. And then there was this stupid kind of Meatballs, college frat boys movie, and he gave it thumbs up, 10 out of 10 kind of thing. And he said, I got a lot of flack for that, but it's because the stupid movie was trying to be stupid. And the other one was trying to be a classic movie and it missed the mark. So what I think about Baby Driver is that it wasn't trying to be The Sopranos or The Godfather or anything like that. It was trying to be a chasey, racy movie. And I thought it did a really good job of doing that.
But you don't think it could have just been more realistic? Like you don't?
Sure, of course, but so could Transporter and Transformers and everything else.
But so Superman going around the world really fast and making time go backwards, which is is stupid in physics way, stupid in all the ways, right? The Earth spinning doesn't create the time. Yeah. So I don't mind that because you're supposed to suspend belief. You know what I mean? Yep. I don't mind in Batman or Robin when they pull out guns and they're standing 20 feet apart and they're shooting at each other for 5 minutes and everybody's fine. There's no blood spilled. Yeah, that's okay. But here they're trying to say, no, this is real. This is real. And I want you to believe it because there's so many things done real. And then they fall short on some things that they just don't. The one of, you don't need 20 cops all coming down the highway after him at the same moment after it. That's not how chase scenes work.
I know.
But so one cop car would have been great. Yeah.
It wasn't done well that way. And I get that, but it was trying to be like for me, it was the moment where the guy, he shot him dead, scary moment. And he kills him. And then the guy, comes to life and chases him later. And it's like, okay, now you've lost me. So now I know you're not trying to be real. You're trying to be a cartoon.
Well, it's funny that I don't even mind because there's a lot of movies in the horror movies where they go and stab somebody and they kill them and then they go, we're good. And then they get up and come after them again, the Jasons of the world and that kind of thing. So I don't mind somebody being killed and then they go, because I think about it. If I was shot, I would fake dead immediately and hopefully they don't put more bullets in me. And then if I somehow go, I'm okay. Somehow it's missed the vital organs and I'm just bleeding here. And now I can pick up my gun and shoot.
The Bible in my pocket saved the bullet from hitting. Yeah. No, and I get it. But for me, what Aardvark was trying to be was a little more artsy and well thought out. And it was just missing the mark on a few things. And so that's why I didn't like it as much. It was giving a bad name to therapists and it didn't have a really, great explanation and talking about the mental illness issue, which it could have been a really riveting, revealing, and it wasn't great. It was good. It wasn't great though.
But see, I didn't look at it. Somebody's comment on IMDb, I looked at it and they said no shrink would be of that nature, and they broke it down to some big mistakes she made that would be horrendous. Not even just the sleeping with the brother kind of thing, other things that were just way across the line of reality. but I'm not looking at it from that point of view. I mean, I would have, I guess, if I was a shrink, because when I look at computer movies, I hate them when they make a stupid mistake they didn't need to make.
Yeah.
So I unapplaud them. How do you unapplaud somebody? When you applaud them, you say it's great. You unapplaud them. I want to unapplaud the movie. Yeah, thumbs down. The aspect that they could have just made that right.
Yes.
I wish they would have had a shrink on and said, is that plausible? Well, I've heard of it before, but okay, we can do that then. If it's, I've never heard of that, that can't happen. That's against our ethics on the obvious layer, then remove it. Because you can, because there's still enough of a movie in Baby Driver and in Aardvark without the silliness. There's still like one cop. I would have thought that I had a cop who, I want to get him. I want to get, he walks across Baby Driver and meets him and goes, I'm going to get you one day. And he's a race car driving cop kind of thing. And
like Buford T. Justice on Smokey and the Bandit, who was also starring with Paul Williams, who was in Baby Driver.
But now, did you know that was Paul Williams when you saw it?
And when I saw him, I thought, oh, that looks like that little Enos from Smokey and the Bandit. And I just got finished reading a biography of Jackie Gleason. So I've been thinking about Paul Williams. So I thought, oh, that looks like him. But he has to be older. And sure enough,
that has to be older. Smokey and the Bandit was what, 78, 79, something like that. And he's a regular age. He's not a child in that. And so we're talking 40 years later.
Right. Okay. And now I will reveal to you why I chose Baby Driver. In Aardvark, there was an actress named Ashley Williams who played Monica Hartline. And in Baby Driver, there was Paul Williams, and he played the butcher. So it's the name Williams with a smaller part. There you go. Actually, I looked it up later.
Obviously. Yeah, obviously. Because I'm sure we can find other last names that would be the same thing. The Grip lived in the same town as the producer's daughter when they were both 17.
And they went to the same restaurant on Friday nights. But I'd have messed with your mind a little bit with that. So I thought that was kind of fun.
No, the fact that you did it for 2017, both movies were...
It was John Hamm.
Oh, it was John Hamm. I was right. Oh, but I said you would be deeper. Yeah, so that's why you needed to be deeper.
I did.
I didn't really like John Hamm. And isn't he in a big kerfuffle with sexual something right now?
Oh, no, like he was in Mad Men, I think. And I haven't seen him in that.
John Hamm. He's got some problems going on. Didn't he do something? I mean, look at here.
I'm sure everybody's done something at one point that someone's jumping on for something.
I don't see anything obvious.
You might
It was somebody then like him in my brain, his stature, who did something. He liked tied up sex and stuff like that, and he did it to girls, and they're coming out saying he was super aggressive. So maybe it's not him. I hope this doesn't go viral and he comes after me.
Yeah. As far as I know, he's a lovely man.
Yeah, I agree. It's somebody else. Actually, so I really liked him in both those roles. I thought he did a fantastic job because I just thought of him as a bit of a middle kind of actor. And when I saw him do both those very separate and you say in the same year, that was interesting to me.
Sure. Yeah. Seeing what he got to do and the roles he got to play. And then the one was he was playing a low grade actor, and in the other one he's playing something very different, right? He's this, mercenary kind of bad guy. So very different.
Yeah, as the off the wall bad guys, I thought he was pretty. I thought Jamie Foxx was bad. I wasn't impressed with Jamie Foxx.
Yeah. I like him in almost everything. So
I saw him or met him once. Didn't really meet him, but I was at a thing in Toronto, some publicity event. And he was there, an outdoor cafe kind of thing, just sitting by himself. And I'm sitting there going, should I go talk to him? Like, I mean, if I'm by myself and he's out at a cafe and he's by himself, would he want to talk to people? I don't. So I was very Canadian about it and didn't go bother him.
Right.
Whereas in America, they'd have everybody fluff around him and value him for his stardom. And so I didn't bother doing anything.
I'd fluff.
Yeah. I don't know. They have so much of that. Everybody fawning over them for the silliest reasons. That
I do get a little bit, I won't say starstruck, but I mean, I'm impressed. Like when I took you to see Meg Ruffman, that was fun. I was tickled by that.
Yeah, me too. And she I'm sure had a little bit of a fun with the fact that we were silly about it, and
she was gracious. That was nice.
Yeah, she was very good about it. Yeah, and I tend to think, who was it? Somebody said that about American actors and how they just expect that, and then when that doesn't happen, they get really sort of saddened by it and depressed and think they don't have it anymore. Or I don't know. I'm not the Aardvark. I just like Jenny Slate. And have you watched any of the what do I have? She's in the Kroll Show. It's on the series.
Never seen her before.
Look for the Kroll Show and watch it.
That's what you told me.
Yeah, she plays a very ditzy girl who's part owner of a publicity agency called Publicity, Liz, because her name is Liz, and her girl partner, who's played by Kroll. What's his first name? Why can't I think of his first name? Kroll. What's his name? John Kroll? No, it's not John Kroll. Kroll.
Mr. Kroll.
I feel terrible.
I love him.
I know, John.
And you can't remember.
Kroll Show. Yeah. And he's awesome. I like everything he's ever done. He was in Children's Hospital. That's where I saw him.
And see, this is not like your movie review where you're able just to pull up the IBM.
Right here. I can pull it up.
I know, but you didn't. Yeah.
Well, I don't mind.
Like my chintzy reviews are just me standing in front of my china cabinet talking for a couple minutes, and you've got a 20-minute slideshow presentation about the awards and all kinds of stuff.
That's what I have. I have what I have.
I know. I couldn't have talked about it for 20 minutes by myself. Just here, talk.
I think you would really like her in the Kroll Show.
True.
You would.
You like a certain kind of female actress, don't you?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I like Kathy Lee Gifford.
And Amy Sedaris. I love David Sedaris, her brother.
Yeah.
I've been reading his books, and then I think that masterclass on writing, he did that, and it was like, oh man, is he brilliant. I want him to be my friend. And he goes on weird walks too. He goes and picks up garbage and stuff. And it's like, I want to walk with him.
So why don't you get us invited to their family Christmas dinner?
No, because he writes about their dinners, and they're such a hoot. And so, and you and I think would fit in.
I don't think so. Everybody thinks, you know what I don't like? When people all sit around and they go, oh, everybody at my work, they're crazy. They're crazy. No, not everybody is crazy. Everybody's normal. There are the few that might be crazy, but not everybody you work with is crazy.
Oh, I know, because I've married someone who's a normal person, and I'm weird. So yeah,
we're awful normal. We think we're weird, but it's because everybody thinks highly of themselves too highly.
No, but it's like it's a sense of humor and doing weird stuff and laughing at, I won't say inappropriate, but an odd sense of humor that not everybody has. Martin's side of the family are not.
Yeah, you're right. And I would say we're in the 50 to 60 percentile, and Martin's family's in the 20 percentile of how much fun they want to explode with, you know what I mean? And games and silliness and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, I agree. Oh, now we're not talking about Baby Driver anymore.
Yeah, we weren't supposed to. This is, why is my nose itchy? Is that a sign of COVID?
Oh, you pass it along to me. Now I've got it. Give it to me. It's all your fault.
Every time I see somebody on a talk show and they're doing this, I'm thinking they do cocaine. That's it.
No, and it's one of those things that they told us not to get together with family. That's how COVID spreads. You just gave it to me.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
There we go.
Two.
Wipe the screen. Oh, that would be funny if little bits of sputum went all over the.
Yeah, I'm sure there's things you can pop on to make that happen. So yeah, Baby Driver is I would say don't waste your time watching it. And I would certainly say watch Aardvark. But I could see why people wouldn't like Aardvark because you're not into Jenny Slate. So
right. Well, it's we bring it up at a family gathering once, and Andrew had said that he loved Baby Driver. He thought it was great. He loved music, and it was one of those kind of movies. But he wasn't expecting, like when you're expecting something like The Sopranos or something really good, then you're really disappointed by, oh, it went there. Okay, well, it's that kind of movie. And other times you're just sucked right in along to it. Like we had a discussion about the movie, what was it, Transporter. And I guess
I don't know if you see it, but you just froze from my end.
He was driving and he saw in the reflection of the puddle there was a bomb under the car. So to get that, he went to a,
You're stuttering again. You're locked up. I see you as frozen.
Okay.
So twice there, you froze solid for a little bit.
Okay. So where were we in the thing?
What happened with the bomb? He saw a bomb under the car. What did he do?
So he knew he had to get rid of it. He goes to an industrial area and he sees a crane hook over there. So he takes the car, zoops it off, flips the car over. It takes the bomb off with the hook, and then he lands the car. And it's like, wow, that happens in real life all the time.
Well, I've done it maybe once before.
Sure.
Well, so here's something similar that did happen to me.
Sure.
Only in the noticing part. I was driving my old Mazda 626 from 1982 car, my first car I'd ever bought. And I had the lug nuts on the wheels and I had put them on. And one of them I remember not tightening too much because I tightened the other ones and it only had 4 on it. And I'm driving down, it was like Lime Ridge Road at the time before the link was there. And I'm driving towards King's whatever part. What's that called? King's
Forest.
King's Forest. And all of a sudden in my side mirror, I saw like a bee buzzing and staying right with the car. In other words, there's a thing that's like sitting right there for about 1, 2, maybe 2.5 seconds and then gone. And I'm going, what in the heck was that? So I decide to stop the car, pull over, and sure enough, one of my lug nuts is off on the car. And I marked the spot and then went off and did whatever I needed to do, came back, looked, walked back an appropriate amount. There was my lug nut there. It had come off and just spun and like was thrown forward with the car moving so that it hovered right next to my mirror so that I could see it there and I could notice it. Like that's immeasurably unrealistic.
Yes. And if someone had done a movie scene like that, it'd be like, well, that's dumb. That would never happen.
Right. And it actually, I found like it was perfect. It was there. Yeah. It couldn't have been better. And the wheel didn't fall off. So it was able to
well, I was once going down, it was Highway 53 and I was coming and there was a little clunk under the car. And I thought, oh, what was that? And then I saw a wheel roll away into the field. And it's like, did my wheel just fall off? Because it really sounded like that. And so I pull over, come to a start. It's like, no, I got 4 wheels. But what we found out later is the undercarriage had a spare tire that had come loose and had rolled away. So we had no more spare tire. But when you see what you think is your own tire, because there's no one else there, it's rolling into the farmer's.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
And that would have fallen off flat and somehow slapped itself up and started spinning with the motion it had.
Yeah. So
that could have bounced right up and hit your gas tank. Yeah.
Or all kinds of stuff. Yeah. So so I must have been driving very slowly and responsibly.
Yeah. That's the
must have been. Yes.
That's the story. Okay. So the next month we're going to do the movie Her.
Yep. Her. We'll pick a day to watch it at the same time as opposed to me at the beginning of the month, and I can't even remember how long was ago.
After the 20th is good for me, so we'll pick a day after the 20th, and then we will watch the movie, and then we'll do one of these, and it'll be fresh in our minds, and we'll be able to. I'll probably be able to do the same thing while we're doing this. I'll be able to pop up things on it and explain and such. Sure. I just like that I was able to figure out that was Paul Williams simply by his talking, but it didn't make sense mathematically to me. So he's got to be 85 years old, looking pretty spry, and didn't seem like an 85-year-old doing this. He seemed like somebody I'd be afraid of. You know what I mean? That
character's name was the Butcher.
I know, but just his. Like when you saw him, I was afraid of him. He had so much confidence for a squeaky old man. You know what I mean? Like so he knew how to portray that still.
Yeah. No, I recognized him. I thought that was pretty surprising too.
I got to look for more films that he's in lately then and find out if he's done some pieces. I do remember seeing him in something a few years ago that was reasonably current and going, oh my goodness, he's still doing it. So that must have been like 10 years ago or something. But
yeah, the movies, since I just finished that, the book about Jackie Gleason, I want to watch some of his more critically acclaimed movies. And there's a number of them. And it's like, you got to find them though. They're really hard to find because, he was making them in the, 50s and 60s.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for doing this. We will see how this works out, and I'll pop this up in the same grouping as the last one.
Yeah, and then I'll attach it to my thing if they want to hear us more talking more at the same time.
Yeah, we'll have less and less viewers every month, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's not like we've got a cult following. It's like Siskel and Ebert, Jeff and Anita. They haven't been called. Hollywood is not called for our reviews, but that's okay.
Jamie Foxx, what did they say about me?
That's right. I'm pretty sure Paul Williams says, they remember. Oh, they remembered.
Okay. I'm going to stop recording. See ya.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay. Recording's off.
Okay.
I think. Stop recording again. No.